their teammates. It's not just focused on those two anymore.
Nope.
They're, again, as you mentioned earlier, Naisu, is that Demon Kite has sort of evolved in the Carl TZ route of prolific assassin-style player turned into count on me for whatever you need type of jungler.
Yep.
Full utility. And that's what I feel like here. Not that I don't feel the presence of Demon Kite and Carl, but more of, because of them just doing whatever it is you need me to, the other members of their team shines.
And if anything, it was Demon Kite who actually figured that out first. Because we've seen hints of this in his debut season, Season 8.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Going into Game 3, the draft. We're seeing RSG in the blue side again. They ban out the Arlo and switch up the Angela as their first phase ban. Second pick. But Echo ban out the Nolan and the Matilda. As per usual, now we're going to see if they're going to go for the Novaria trade.
Yeah, I think this is the one.
This is the sign.
This is the one.
The tell.
Let's see what that last ban is, though, from Echo.
Zyda eating.
Okay.
Okay, it's open.
Yeah.
All right, they want to go for it. There it is.
It's the trade of Novaria, Vex, Ruby. But again, the trend of potentially jungler, the utility junglers. But those three really needs to be prioritized right now. If I'm RSG, I'll take the Novaria instead. You don't want that in the hands of Sanji.
Imagine
right.
this is just Baksha, though.
I don't think Echo would go first pick Baksha. I don't think Baksha's a point of contention.
Resealing rubies and carries all around. Again, we're just following the trends of the tournament so far. Not just here in MPLPH, ID, NACT even, currently ongoing.
Oh,
there it is.
Exactly.
You called it earlier, Leo. The Novaria Vex trade.
Don't give it.
So now this is
Carry. Carry.
Ruby?
No. Carry box. That's it. Carl TZ's had enough. Carl TZ's had enough.
I'm getting the Baksha now.
All right, I misread the situation. It's more of a point of contention now. Something tells me it's a point of frustration.
Yeah.
It does really.
Hey, I'm kind of right. You know, I threw it out there, but I was
You
saying
were completely right.
So
Dear Lord.
that was a great prediction there, nice.
Thank you. Thank you.
I wonder if this is gonna be Baksha Minotaur for RSGPH.
Oh, the box is on the other side now.
Oh, excuse me, Barrett's
Barat's
Minotaur.
Minotaur.
Yeah, they would just want to get the roamer right away, and at the same time they'll be taking away a roamer for JP, unless instead of like going for the banning, oh no, it's Barrett's Claude. They don't go for the roamer, they go for the gold laner instead. And of course, JP will get the Minotaur as expected.
Okay.
Very fast turn.
So this means also for RSG, they've got to focus on some of these mid-lane bans, right? And we've seen so far, like, often teams taking out the Lilia. They don't want to deal with that. I'm not sure if they're still going to ban that.
They're going to ban out the Vex.
Ooh, the Vex,
But
yeah.
something to note here, Echo's blind right now.
Yeah.
Compared to RSG and coming in from Game 2, it's clear that Echo needs one of two things, right? They needed the vision, and they needed to get the Baksha off of Demon Kite, because Carl TZ, for the life of me, I'm pretty sure, is just molding.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't do Carl TZ things.
Malt.
So now I think they're just, one, closing up roamer potential very fast, because again, they can get blindsided by a quick wild charge. Two, they want to give their backline a solid protection.
Yeah.
Because if the Grok comes through, and if the Grok was to be picked here alongside the Novaria, the whole map, most fights go RSG's way.
Exactly. I feel like Echo might actually consider banning out the Terizla here. Because as much as RSG needs a tankier frontliner, I'd want to see them consider a pick-off type, maybe even the Kaja.
Kaja.
But then you'll need something like a Terizla with you in the XP lane to pull that off.
Wow, they actually took out the gold.
Hey.
They know.
Ah, they
Range
banned the
for
tank
range.
instead. Okay.
Gord.
I think RSG might actually consider the Terizla Kaja.
Huh.
Be okay for them.
All right. Now this has to. I don't think there's any incentive for them to pick the mid now, unless it's a Valentina.
Yeah, just take it because of course, again, Echo would want to be able to match the vision of RSG as well. Just steal away the ultimate of the Novaria as much as you can. Of course,
Yeah.
it's not always the easiest thing to do.
And she can kind of check bushes. in a dangerous way again.
In a very dangerous
Yeah.
way.
Yeah, it's not as safe.
You live dangerously as a Valentina trying to check a bush.
At this point, yeah, you want the Lilia. So again, as RSG, just
Lilia
pick your
too.
poison. You choose what comes through.
Yeah.
Ooh, they take out the
Ooh,
Paramis.
Paramis,
I was kind of expecting him to ban out that Lilia. Whoa!
Oh! Sanji running it back. If I'm RSG, you pick up the Koof. Even though he's falling out, you pick up the Koof now.
You just stop it.
Yeah.
You just throw it way
Koof can,
back.
Koof can actually just cancel even the Minoan Fury.
Yep.
And stop the Baksha in its tracks.
Yeah. Get the Kufra. And then you don't necessarily need to go high sustain EXP laner. You can go for a little bit more damage if you want.
Just add up the debut picks today. Why not?
Yeah.
Yeah, how many are we at, man? Like,
This is the second cushion pick.
no, but
No,
I mean
I
like
mean
debut
debut
picks in general
You got
today.
the Edith today.
Yes,
Soda
yes, you're right.
today.
You're right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Come on, do us a solid. Do us a solid, RSG.
I wonder if they'll consider something like a Bene or a Paquito for Nath while they go tanky in the roam. Oh, the Terizla.
Oh, Terizla. Edith.
Oh, okay, Terizla Gwyn.
That's
So-
a Romer Gwyn.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
Gwyn.
If I've ever seen one.
I was thinking Edith again. Gwyn. Okay, Terizla, Gwyn. The only thing I don't like about the Gushin is
the goo.
it is so risky. Like we've seen this before. Right? I mean, right now he's got the 0% run rate. It's flashy, it's cool,
Yeah,
but
was the last played by Hatred from TNC.
Yeah.
unfortunately it can fizzle out real quickly.
Yeah. But then the difference then was TNC didn't necessarily have the better late game scaling lineup. It was a little bit too dive all in if they couldn't catch the one. At least, oh wait, no, yeah, you're right. I get what you mean.
Oh,
They even it out with this.
this whole lineup's flashy.
So is this all just backline dive?
No,
Do they just go? They just go hunting? They just go. All right, where's the Claude? Where's the Nova?
As funny as it is, these two teams just straight up built up for their backline. Except that, because there's like a lot of, there's petrifies, crowd controls.
Right.
It's just like, it's not going to be a fun time for the frontliners. The backliners are just like, all right, thank you guys so much.
So for Echo, you're saying it's just for Benny. It's literally just
Yeah,
for Benny.
this is a built for Benny lineup.
BFP.
Built for Benny.
Yeah, the BFB lineup, built for Benny.
Okay. And for RSG, I'm looking at a more well-rounded lineup. But just the same, Guinevere has had a very tough season 13, and I'm being very, very generous.
Yeah.
Tough to be Guinevere.
Very tough. Again, I think one of the biggest problems as to why the Guinevere have fallen, or biggest reasons,
What?
is off the board. So the Ruby's not there.
No, that happened last week too. I know you're seeing the Khalid
Oh,
Yeah.
it's not.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
there's a in-studio.
in studio issue.
Yeah.
There's a Khalid in the arena somewhere.
Yeah, you know what they say? You had to be here.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you had to be here to realize. But nope, no errors there. It is a Benedetta that was last picked there by Echo.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, it's the picture for Benedetta.
All right.
I wonder in some ways the Gwyn sort of like a counter to the cushion as well because of the little clone that she leaves behind.
It's a Kufra at home. Is the vibe I'm getting.
Wait, Guinevere is Kufra at home?
Yeah.
If
Because
that's the case, I'm staying home more.
these days she doesn't get in the engagements as easy because of the nerf on her second skill.
Yeah.
And her damage output is clearly nerfed because she's been playing in the roam. So she's Kufra at home.
By the way, interesting fact, RSG dealt Benny QT's first deaths of the season in Game 2. So before that, Benny QT was deathless.
What a KDA. We haven't seen. I guess because it's only week 2, we haven't seen many of those like KDA stats that we've had
Not yet.
in the past. You know.
Yeah, records held are
Storm.
relatively low, but yeah, no, can confirm the deaths from Game 2 were Benny's first. Because again, Benny's only really played one series.
It's true.
Outplayed has seen
That's right.
play last weekend too. So
Right. Last week they were like the happy uncles, if
Yep.
you will. Right when Zyda and Outplayed
Yep.
got a chance to
Benny
play.
and Carl were just watching.
Yep.
Happy uncles. You make them sound like they're so old.
Well, you know.
Could have been happy Kuyas.
Well, to be fair, Benny
Yeah, why
Cutie is.
why did you immediately go
Well,
uncle? Why not like a happy older
To
brother?
be fair, Benny Cutie is a dad.
That's true. That's true. Proud dad of that. And let's see who'll be louder, who'll be prouder, who will rise and slay harder. RSGBH versus Echo, game number 3. Whoever wins this, again, to remind you, the new point system in EPL Philippines, 3 points will go to the victor.
Here we go. again, the vision very clearly on RSG's side. Quick peek at our emblems here. Nothing out of the ordinary. Nothing I'm spotting quite yet.
One thing I want to point out here, though, Leo, double Petrify actually for Echo.
Yeah, Petrify on Sanj and Petrify on San. Again, that's what we noted. And again, we haven't really seen a build for either hero without Petrify. So this is the norm. This is the standard. Something else to note, 3 Brave Smites on RSG. They're playing for sustain. They want to stay in the lane.
I think that's RSG also respecting the... Considering that they're up against ability-focused main damage dealers on the side of Echo, the Brave Smite will help counteract that, if I'm not mistaken, yeah? So, to stay, they're respecting it. And they know they want to be able to buy time, as much time as possible, for Kusei and Aqua to be a menace. Speaking of Aqua, I feel like will be another X factor here. How well he'll be able to drop down the Astral, recalls, and everything in between.
Ooh,
That poke already.
Le Duel.
Is that how the French say it? Le duel?
I can't claim, I don't speak French.
Oh, I thought you did.
Oui.
See, Echo now, let's see if they can be able to win this first turtle fight. And I wonder if the trend will continue of disastrous turtle fights for either of these two teams here in Game 3.
Well, looks like it's going to break out here once again. Both teams going in, and they're going to find the connection, though. Penalty zone still going through. Sanji, though, look at the damage on Aqua. JP going to be the one to fall here. Carl Teasy will be the next. It's a double, though, but Sanji takes a couple shots. Demon Kite gets a triple in this exchange, and the turtle.
Too slow of an uptick from Echo. The sources of damage and the way that they output it happen much slower as compared to how RSG are able to answer back. We'll see here in the replay exactly where it went wrong and how the Detna's welcome, able to turn things around. It started off with a quick spot from Aqua's Novaria, and then again, that'll just allow for RSG to lean hard into it. And next thing you know, again, I take it back. I apologize now. This is not Who Front Home. This is Guinevere in the roam. And so far, Light's making it work. Light is just sitting in on that. Was a full combo that he was able to pull off.
Yeah, the layering of combinations dished out there by Echo, actually. It started off Detonus Welcome, followed up by Nas with the penalty zone as Echo entered, and then Light with just the cherry on top.
So good.
With the Violet Requiem. Echo need to be careful with their dive entries. And that's 3 games in a row now. The trend continues. Disastrous first turtle fights.
That first turtle, man. And with that, again, it's a small lead, but RSG, if that same thing happens with the second turtle, that Echo needs to learn.
And I think from game 1, game 2, whoever won the first turtle actually won the game.
Yeah.
Even if you saw a small comeback come mid-game, or even in the late game wherein there was a good turnaround back and forth, which both games so far in the series have not gone very far. Well, the longest was 16? Under.
Something about that,
Under 18, definitely.
Yes.
It's hard. Echo has to find a way to play from the defense.
Yeah. And I think I see now what RSG really wants to do. As you look up the items, still no Dreadnought armor on the side of Echo. Again, I will still continue to recite that.
Gentlemen, 700 gold between Demon Kite and Carl.
That's what that triple will do him, you know? I mean, this gives him that lead. And so I feel like leading into the second turtle, Echo's got to be careful how they approach it. Carl Teasy going to get in position, though.
This is a snowballed Barrett's at this point. See who gets it. Good positioning by Echo, but RSG, they want to contest.
Yep, there's the flicker from Light into the Blazing Duet. Sanji taken out so quick there. Sanford with Electro final blow, going to be battling it out. Turtle will be taken, though, by Demon Kite. Can they stay alive? Sanford won't be able to get away. Nas takes the brunt of the damage, has to flicker out, but is going to be fine with the body of Smith, and they come out on top again.
Oh, man. Light committing the flicker there for the perfect moment, the right pickoff. Sanji wasn't even able to get half of his combo in, dare even think of using the Petrify, and that immediately was the go signal for RSG to go in, lean hard, score another turtle, get a turn. Aqua down, though.
Yep, Sanji able to pick up a kill. Can he stay alive? Light gets a retreat. Now Carl Teasy there to help him out. But Sanji will stay alive in the exchange.
All right, a turnaround and a trade too late.
Yep.
But still, I think RSG are winning this clearly, even with 1,500 gold.
Yeah, Light's feeling it tonight. I believe one of the things mentioned in the English broadcast where you were in last week, Naisu, with Onyx versus RGPH was that our Light felt passive.
Yeah.
This time now, though, 3 games in a row, he's been the opposite of that. He's been taking charge for RSGPH to set things up.
Oh,
That's what I really wanted to see from Light in this matchup, right? As we were talking about, especially the jungle, matchup between Demonkind and Carl Tizia, it's what we needed to see from Light in that adjustment for this lineup here. Oh, top side. Kosei going to be in trouble, takes quite a bit of damage. Tries to Blazing Duet to anything he can get, but will go down.
a moment of weakness there, vulnerability from RSG. It looked like there was no plan to even try and protect Kusei there.
Yeah. Also could have been a great read there for Echo. Alongside that, Kusei may have overstepped just a little bit further. Yeah, item checkups, Light, Athena shield rush. So he really just wants to survive against that Gushin.
Yep. Oh, if anything, just the Gushin.
Yep.
And of course, sit under Carl Tizzy's ult, which I was going to try to talk about just now. There's very little that the Puissance does, actually. Sure, it compromises Demonkind, compromises Nats, but Light actually changes the dynamic here. As long as Light finds a good combo, there's very little that the Puissance should do against RSG.
Yeah. Both roamers have ultimates and their flickers. Let's see who'll go for the set first.
There it is. They get the Daytona's welcome down. Aqua's the one to get the turtle. They have to win the fight. Benny Cutie unleashing on the backside. Nats takes quite a bit of damage with Sanford that falls. Aqua quite low as well. Benny Cutie can't find the kills he was looking for. Sanji couldn't as well. Double for Navs. And Echo struggling in the team fight.
The Raiders come in, take what they need, and walk away with a smile on their face. Another turtle scored by RSG, but in an unconventional way against Sanford and Sanji, trying to find their targets via a full combo. Could not. Aqua protecting himself very well, and again, with a fadeaway turtle take, able to secure them a 3,000 gold lead. Where's the majority of that gold lead? Ladies and gentlemen, it is currently on Nats. Nats is about 1,000 almost ahead of his lane mate, and then it's all equally spread out across. So that means RSG can take it, I don't want to say nice and slow, but just move on forward, march at this solid pace, and make Echo think of, again, where do we commit our ults? Where do we find the full combo, the pickoff? Because it hasn't really happened.
Yeah, and Benny Cutie's not quite there yet in terms of the damage output. RSG just feels like they're way too tanky. Every team fight we've seen, especially the last one, it looks like Echo just threw everything out already. But then RSG still looked relatively healthy. Aqua was able to get away, the pokes of Kusei, and it seems like when RSG, when it's their turn to deal the damage, the members of Echo are falling down quickly. Now, a little bit of a difference is that Sanji finally got to build up a glowing one, so that might help a little bit further. He's up against a tanky set of heroes on the side of RSG.
It's, even with that, everything that's happened here now under the 10-minute mark, 4,000 gold lead here for RSG. This is looking very similar to what we saw in the previous game, but Echo will continue to get in position for the team fights, for these objectives, and that's probably what they're going to do here again for this Lord.
And what makes it worse, gentlemen, is that Echo's lineup does much less now on the defense compared to their lineup in game number 2. This is a lineup that relishes and flourishes as an aggressive lineup. And now they're forced to play behind the bush from inside their jungle, from inside their base. But wait, watch Sanji, watch Sanji.
Oh, he's too late. Not able to get there, but Carl Teasy now can't even move, can't play. Gonna get whittled down, taken down. Light goes in, Sanji on the backside, trying to get a combination. Demonkind is low, will get taken down. Benny Cutie on the backside as well, firing off on Naz, gets the flicker down, gets hunted down. Sanford goes in, Sanji gets the kill though. Echo fights back, but they lose the Lord.
May have spoken too soon. Echo still had one left in the chamber and came out with a, I'd say, wait. Okay, they're done. All right, wait, are they?
He's
slowed. Should be fine. Has the heal. Sanford there with the rest of the team. Light gonna be the one in trouble. One hit away. Will survive. Echo has to respond to the Lord on the bottom.
All right, let's talk about it. How did it come to this? Number one, I think at some point Echo understood that we're not going to win off of Carl Tizzy, we're not going to win this Lord take.
Yes.
They gave that up and then scrambled RSG to the point where Sanji and Sanford can actually make a difference. And the fact that they're still alive and they were able to get a few kills on the backswing and get a shutdown, mind you, allowed for them to keep this gold lead manageable and actually allowed for RSG to gain very little off of that Lord. We're going to see here the recap. The Lord gains from RSG's take, and this is so much smaller than even compared to Game 2.
Yep. Echo right now still in a much better position to be able to claw their way back, but RSG continue to push that gap, taking control of the map. And one thing I want to point out also for the last sequence was Kusei actually using the Purify as a little speed boost to avoid getting taken down by Sanji. So he knows he's watching out for that Gushin because I feel like at this point Sanji's job is simple. Take either Kusei or Aqua down. Better if it's both.
Yeah, even with that, despite everything, Echo holds on to the majority of their base turrets for now. And I mean, given how that whole exchange went, you saw how zoned they were from that Lord fight. So I'm wondering, the fact that they proved that they can fight back, I wonder how Echo approaches the next objective.
Oh, wow. Here's the point proven. They actually netted less. They lost 800 gold on the swing back from Echo with the shutdowns from Sanji and Sanford. Something else to note, Sanji isn't even fully built yet. He needs maybe 2 more items before he actually becomes a threat. So, yeah, say what you will about... Oh, wait. Oh, grant the purple. Say what you will about this lineup being pick-off-centric and wanting to go fast and early. I think they've yet to hit their actual power spike. Players like Sanji, players like Sanford, they always have something up their sleeve. And I think now, especially once they build their 3rd and 4th items, those Lord fights should make a difference. Hell, if they're both missing, you better check your 6, man. So that's why the Novarius all the more matters on Aqua.
Yeah, and that makes a lot of sense as to add to that, Sanford actually already built the 3rd item and it's a Sea Hopper, so it's full damage. For Sanford himself, Sea Harbor, Malefic Roar, and then the Hunter Strike.
Yep.
So they really know, and again, this lineup is built for that carry. But I agree with you. Power Spike ain't completely hit yet unless the Goshen has items. RNG already rushing the Lord.
Concealed play going to come down. Nas takes quite a bit of damage. Huge penalty zone, though, into the Blazing Duet. Fight for the Lord. Still going to break down. Electro final ball comes down. Sanford taken out. Takes out Kusei. It's Carl Tizzy that gets the Lord. RSG has a blunder for the Lord. Things whittled down, dissipated, and Echo Express down the mid.
Talking about objective fights for RSG, that's a Pyrrhic victory. They lost so much in pursuit of the Lord. But looking back, it's a big trade. Again, any kind of kills that Echo scores goes their way. And I stand corrected. They were able to thread the needle, and Echo actually scores. It's Echo's Lord. Yes. What? Let's see that replay one more time.
Yeah. Carl Tizzy able to get it there.
What?
All right.
Okay.
A little, the knock up. Demon Kite, this. Carl Tizzy was just in range.
Just outside?
Demon Kite was knocked up for just a moment, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, literally just outside.
Yeah.
Oh, everything just came in so quickly. Watching that Lord knock up, I missed out on the fact that, never mind. It's all Echo now. Echo won that fight, clearly.
Yeah. Big turnaround here. The Orcas, the Killer Whale, smell blood. They push forward. I'm pretty sure at this point, they have now hit their power spikes. And again, this is just indicative of the rivalry of these two, how they know each other so well and how well both of these two teams play. Items update, Leo, where we at, bro?
There it is. The G-Dubs, the Glowing Wand, the Genius Wand, and the DG, the Divine Glaive. Beautiful stuff, and I think Sanji's going to start playing around with his tech here and slowly build up to a winner tranche so he can actually walk out of full-on combos. Key here is Sanford, actually. Sanford is, if anything, making this turn on. No, actually, they cannot survive whenever Echo is able to get that vice grip, the alligator roll, or in this case, the orca roll onto them. Once they bite down, that's it. But good news is, for the Raiders, is it's not as easy. Remember, a lot of the turnaround moments from Echo here in game number 3, 15 minutes in, I'd say that was, what, twice now in a row?
Twice.
It's so hard to set up. They have to flank. They have to find a free bush that Sanji and Sanford can sit in for them to get that bite down. So, yeah, once Echo get it, it's so hard to recover, to roll back from.
Yep.
But Echo have to set it up well. And it's not so easy because they don't have much vision.
Yeah, with everything we talked about, I feel like Joseph here, Naisu, said it best. With these two, feels like everything's a 50-50.
Yeah, it
Never
does.
really know how it goes.
Toss the coin, right? I mean, at this point, with both these teams, gold lead or not, it comes down to it. And that's why we mentioned earlier, they're a lot alike, whether they admit it or not. And the way that they execute the game plan here is a little bit different with the lineups that they have, but ultimately, it's these minor details.
Where we are now is but the fulfillment of what Echo was alluding to, what they were foreshadowing in game number 2. The fact that they were so aggressive even when they were on the backswing, when they were on up against the ropes, now it makes sense. It's because they got to this point by continuing to be aggressive.
Yeah.
They got to this point by still hoping and trusting in Sanford and Sanji and in their pickup potential that now they're ahead 2K.
Have to watch a minion wave management here. RSG.
Top side.
Oh, this is a very interesting call by RSG, but one that could be devastating if they decide to call for it. But the minion wave needs to be pushed up a little bit more if they want to. Leo, what else do we have to watch out for?
You gotta watch out for the fact that Echo have really bad wave clear. You're talking about RSG making the call. RSG looking for long lane management. Good news is Echo actually has to put so much effort into protecting their own waves, their own turns. Look at this. See, they know where Sanford is, so that means one less problem.
Oh,
They're gonna give it a go.
Light and Kusei, how they're positioning right now. They're waiting for something. They're waiting for Sanford, but Sanford has read it. Naisu.
Sanford cleared that wave. Now they have the full force of the Echo Express here against the Raiders. A fourth of the health here. Keep an eye on this top side of the map with Light and Kusei as well. They could look for their own counter initiation or try to start up themselves, but it's going to reset.
Oh, what a dance.
A little salsa between the former Kings of Sea, former champions of the world, the Orcas, getting hot in the river. Full reset now. Okay, so what are they looking for here, Leo? Well, what's with the reset? Is it something with the minions or vision?
It's the full lean on. It's the full engage. Neither team are finding it, so neither team are willing for this Lord to go. Because both teams are using this Lord for their own sake.
Yeah.
Both teams rely on this Lord to stay.
Yeah, and at the same time, again, because of these two teams, when they fight, it feels like a 50-50. You can't even say that if Echo initiated first, they'd win the fight. Because RG can turn it around, and vice versa. So now, I feel like that's why RSG is leaning more a little into the macro focus of it all. Because they know with Echo it's a 50-50.
Well,
So they try to manage the minion waves to pressure Echo to make a mistake.
and I think that's the right call, is because Echo can't go tit for tat when it comes to macro.
True.
So now they're going to try to
Rush
muscle in.
Okay, at this point, I think Echo's going to turn. Someone's going to turn at this point. This is it.
The point of no return.
Point of
They
no
have to.
return.
It might even be Navs here. Again, he has that mortality. Vision's going to come down as well. JP jumps in. There's the call. They get a little bit of
massive.
poke down. Lord's still going to be worked on.
Yes!
There's the penalty zone to come through. Navs has to flicker around. They're going to fight for it. Call TZ. Can he get the entry off? It's Demon Kite. Gets the Lord. Can they stay alive? Benny Cutie unleashing the backside. It's too much damage from Echo. Navs falls next. 3 down for RSG. Echo just has to work on the Lord here, but RSG has 2 members.
An immaculate and brutal turn from Echo. Yes, they sacrificed the Lord, but at the cost of a 3-for-none trade. Now RSG are left in the corner with just 2 defenders. Aqua and
Yes!
Sanji!
Sanji doesn't need the minions. Jump into the base. It's only Kusei. Echo Express comes in with a decisive win in a 3-game series. No minions just yet.
Ooh.
They still have time.
No, they got it. They got this.
Waves are making their way down. Despite 5 seconds away, Echo will take the series.
We did him dirty.
Hit it dirty. RSG